Hello everyone, my name is Abang Abdi Dzil Ikram
And my name is Tririus Jhon Fhiser.
and we are from English Language Education Study Program, Class A8. Today we would like to present our final project to complex discourse analysis subject, which is instructed by Miss Nanda Ferinanda Itumeo, and we are going to analyze some article in the internet and make a CDA on it. So for the background, the article is titled Digital Divide in Education, Who Gets Left Behind? The source is from the Jakarta Post, the opinion article that has posted in January 4, 2026.
And the topic of this article is Youth and Educated Unemployment in Indonesia. And the focus of this article is discourse, genre, cohesion, and critical perspective.
So the type of discourse is educational and social discourse, which is written by Denny Friawan, an opinion writer for Jakarta Post, reflecting analytic rather than neutral reporting. So we're moving to the first subject, discourse and context. Type of discourse is educational and social discourse. The writer is Denny Friawan, an opinion writer for Jakarta Post, reflecting analytic rather than neutral reporting.
And the audience of our article are first, policymakers and legislators concerned with labor and education policy, and the second one, educated readers following economic and social trends, and the last one is civil society and academic researchers.
The context for this article, the first one is societal, Indonesia's labor market showing persistent youth unemployment. The second, educational, increasing number of graduates with limited job absorption. And the last one is economic, growth not translating into quality employment opportunities.
Okay, let us continue to the second topic. There is cohesion and coherence. The first one is cohesion device use. There are three cohesion device use. The first one is reference, such as they, it, those, to maintain topic continuity. And the second one is conjunctions, such as however, more troubling is still an event. And the last one is lexical repetition, such as youth unemployment, educated unemployment, growth, and labor market.
The next one is coherence and argument flow, how the text build meaning. The type of discourse is educational and social discourse, moves to construct with harsh reality, presents statistical evidence, and ends with structural critique. So the coherence pattern is expectation, reality, evidence, structural critique.
Okay, let us continue to the third topic. There is genre analysis. The genre of this analysis is opinion or analytical article. The purpose of this genre are, the first one, criticize labor market structure, and the second one is challenge belief that education to success. And let's continue to the generic structure. There are four generic structure for the genre. The first one is introduction, problem elaboration, evidence, and the last one is evaluation. And the language style of this genre are formal, evaluative, and persuasive.
Let's continue to the next topic, critical discourse analysis or CDA. So the article highlights youth and educated unemployment as systemic issues, not individual failures. Dominant ideology caution or education as guaranteed social mobility. The power relations are policy makers and economic systems, which leads to decision or the makers. And the second is youth and graduates, which is the affected group. Growth portrayed as macro-level success and micro-level failure. We move on to the next chapter, representation of social factors. So, main issue identified as in this article are youth and educated unemployment is constructed as a structural and systemic failure, not an individual shortcoming. The ideological diction are words such as structural problem, stubbornly limited, taking time bomb, signal a critical stance toward state-led economic optimism. The third, social actor representation. Youth and graduates they are represented as affected and powerless. And the second, government and economic system. They are illustrated as abstract, dominant, and unaccountable. And the last one is employers, largely absent from the discourse. Power relations. The text positions policymakers and growth models as holders of powers, while young people are placed as passive recipients of policy outcomes. And then leads to discursive effect, which are the article positions structural economic system and policy frameworks above individual effort and education, illustrating how macro level choice shape labor opportunities.
Okay, we are moving to the impact of the discourse analysis. There are four impacts of this analysis. The first one is encourages readers to question the dominant narrative that education guarantees employment. And the second one is builds critical awareness of hidden inequality within economic growth. And the third one is legitimates youth frustration as socially justified, not personal failure. And the last one is positions unemployment as a policy problem, not a motivation problem. Overall CDA conclusion, the discourse functions as a counter-narrative that challenges neoliberal assumptions about education, productivity, and merit.
I think that's all from us. Thank you for listening. Bye.
Thank you guys.